Welcome back to the Foundry by Forge College. Today's explainer is all about project planning and architecture. We're setting up the essential foundation for your capstone project, specifically within the Practical Solidity Projects module, where we revisit Hello World. Look, if you want to build robust, scalable Web3 applications, you absolutely need a rock-solid conceptual foundation. Otherwise, well, you're just writing really expensive bugs on the blockchain. Let's dive in. Coming off our recent and honestly kind of terrifying survey of smart contract vulnerabilities on Solana, we all know the feeling, right? That universal developer urge to just skip the planning phase entirely and start smashing the keyboard. We've all been there. But doing that usually results in chaotic, vulnerable code that is an absolute nightmare to debug. So why plan before we code? Because it saves us from building a digital house of cards. When your deployment steps and architecture choices are locked in advance, everything becomes verifiable.
Here's our blueprint for today. We're going to quickly cover blueprinting contracts, contracts as APIs, the 5-phase workflow, building the enhanced hello, and finally, your architecture artifacts.
All right, let's jump right into part 1, blueprinting contracts, laying the foundation.
Laying the foundation means defining exactly what we're building before writing a single line of Solidity. Now, from our earlier lessons on testnet debugging, we know deployment scripts aren't just ad hoc chores you rush through at the 11th hour. They are absolutely crucial implementation artifacts. They codify your network configuration, specify your constructor parameters, and verify your architecture choices. Seriously, if your deployment script is a mess, your architecture is probably a mess too.
Moving on to part 2, contracts as APIs, the new mental model.
To avoid the sheer agony of undocumented functions, or, trying to build a house by starting with the roof, we really need a paradigm shift here. We got to stop thinking about code to write and start thinking about interfaces to define. Treat your smart contracts purely as strict API endpoints. They handle on-chain state, enforce rules, and emit events. That's it. Meanwhile, your off-chain elements act as orchestrators. Think of them like a conveyor belt, submitting transactions, reacting to events, and running the UI.
Let's clearly define that off-chain piece for a second. An orchestrator is basically any off-chain component. This could be a user's wallet, a web front-end, or a background worker script. Its job is to manage contract instantiation, submit transactions, or react to events. It handles the heavy lifting off-chain, which ensures your actual smart contracts maintain a single, highly testable responsibility. Which brings us to part 3, the 5-phase workflow, assembly instructions.
This is the exact 5-step assembly line we use to convert abstract user stories into deployable artifacts without the endless rework. Step 1, capture. Step 2, design. 3, interface spec. 4, deployment mapping. And 5, the acceptance checklist. Sticking to this order completely eliminates the guesswork.
Let's break those down. First, in phase 1, you capture concrete user stories and constraints. Something like, as an owner, I can set a greeting, and an event is emitted. Pretty straightforward. Then, in phase 2, you design where those responsibilities actually live. You have to be ruthless here. Decide what absolutely must be on-chain logic and what can safely be pushed off-chain to an orchestrator.
Phase 3 is where you produce your interface spec. This is a compact, super precise document listing your function signatures, event schemas, access restrictions, and expected revert messages. It's a strict API document that serves as your ultimate source of truth. And as we emphasize in our learning programs across Forge College, having a single source of truth prevents your front-end team and your smart contract team from totally misunderstanding each other.
Then you hit phases 4 and 5. This is where you map each contract to a precise Hardhat deployment task, explicitly defining constructor arguments and network needs. Finally, you draft an acceptance checklist to seamlessly bridge into your testing phase. You're listing the exact manual checks and automated tests required. The golden rule: if it doesn't pass the checklist, it doesn't ship.
All right, part 4, building the enhanced hello, our working prototype.
Let's see how this works in reality with our enhanced hello prototype. We synthesize everything we've talked about into a concrete architecture broken into 3 main components. First, the greeting core contract stores the actual greeting instance. Second, the greeting registry contract indexes those deployed greetings. And third, the off-chain sequencer passively listens to events to archive metrics completely without burning any of your precious gas. Drilling into that greeting core, we specify exact API functions like setGreeting and getGreeting. We also define the critical greeting updated event and rigid ownership access rules. By omitting rich events, our off-chain sequencer can perfectly trust and reconstruct the data history without making those super expensive on-chain reads. And because our off-chain sequencer relies on stable, predictable contract addresses to do its job, our deployment scripts absolutely must utilize deterministic deployment patterns. This just means ensuring your contracts deploy to predictable addresses using predefined constructor arguments and salt values. It's a total game changer that makes your testing and orchestration so much smoother.
Finally, Part 5, your architecture artifacts before you code.
As you step into your capstone implementation and really advance your learning, here is exactly what you must deliver before writing any code. You need the interface spec, a visual architecture diagram, a deployment mapping spreadsheet, and your acceptance checklist. Handing these 4 items to your team prevents everyone from stepping on each other's toes. It transforms a chaotic coding free-for-all into a synchronized assembly line, where tests and implementation happen in parallel.
Ultimately, these artifacts fuel your test matrix. These exact blueprints convert your design into a repeatable plan that feeds immediately into comprehensive testing and local automation in your Hardhat environment. You capture the stories, design the API, spec the artifacts, and then, only then, you test it.
Taking the time to be the architect now saves you from painful, tear-inducing refactoring later. Believe me, a well-planned architecture translates directly into secure, maintainable, smart contracts that are actually a joy to work with rather than a total liability.
And that wraps up our blueprinting session. But before we go, I want you to ask yourself, if your smart contract was audited today, would the architecture hold up like a fortress or collapse like a house of cards? Remember, a beautifully planned project is a successful project. Be sure to head over to forge.college to dive deeper into this subject, explore our comprehensive programs, and master other incredible Web3 topics. See you next time on The Explainer.